Have you ever wished that you could travel the world without spending a fortune? Well, I can't help you with the price of flights, but I can help you with a watch that can. The Timex Q GMT promises that exact feeling. Global style, multiple time zones, and a retro cool, all for under $250. But get this, you're still gonna get a Swiss movement that costs less than a dinner for two in Manhattan. And here's the real twist, it's not just made for travel, it's a 1970s time machine with a passport. Today we're reviewing the Timex Q GMT, a timepiece that's been on my wrist more than I expected, especially on weekends, flights, and coffee runs with my wife, because I'm more of a tea guy myself. Now, if you're new here, we break down watches using the 10S watch review framework. Everything from story, to specs, to strap, to shine, and ending with some sentiments. Then we wrap it all up with should you buy it, with a score system to let you know if this is gonna be worth your time and your money. So first, let's start with the story. The original Timex Q was born in the late 1970s, an answer to the quartz crisis and a symbol of affordable, reliable timekeeping. This GMT version is a natural evolution of that heritage. It has that same retro DNA, but now it's geared towards more of the modern traveler. For me, it's a reward I like to treat myself out when I'm traveling. You know, I might be away from home, but it's good to have something nice to look at on the wrist. It also feels like a ticket to somewhere else, even when you're standing still. So let's break it down with number 2. Let's talk about the specs. So we're dealing with a 38mm case diameter, a thickness of 12.5. The movement is going to be a Swiss quartz GMT. Water resistance is going to be 50mm. And the crystal is going to be that domed acrylic, giving it that vintage vibe. While it's easy to scratch, it's also easy to fix. The case is going to be stainless steel with brushed and polished, with one variation having a gunmetal finish. And the battery is going to be an SR920SW. It also has a case back. It makes it super easy to switch out the batteries whenever that time comes. When wearing the watch, it's going to be light, wearable, compact. It's going to be perfect for smaller wrists or for those who just love vintage proportions. For S number 3, let's talk about the style. This watch kind of looks like a 1970s spy flick, and it actually comes in 4 different colorways. While I don't have the Starbucks variation, I do have the Batman. I also have the Pepsi. I call the Ninja, which is just that black on black gunmetal finish. And then, like I said, there's also the Starbucks finishing that just came out and is available in the affiliate link down below. With all of these colorways though, it's just the right amount of wrist presence. It's settled enough to make a slip underneath the cuff, but it's bold enough to make a statement. And these are all watches that you could wear, you know, on a date night, wear out, jeans, shirt, really doesn't matter because it just has that real versatility in the style department. Now when it comes to S number 4, well, let's look at some of the similarities. This watch reminds me of the Rolex GMT Master, but on a serious budget. It also gives me a vibe of the Seiko 5 GMT in utility, but this Timex goes full vintage with that acrylic charm and design that leans into nostalgia. It's not really competing with any of these luxury pieces, and it's really just trying to tell a different story. And it's one of the charms of the watch in itself. Now, for S number 5, let's talk about the strap. So it comes on a synthetic black rubber strap, which is gonna be soft, comfortable, and ready for the summer. It has an 18mm lug width, but it also flares out to 22. So because of this, it does make it a little bit more difficult to find straps to switch out with it. Now the included strap, it's fine, but that's not why you'll love this watch. Speaking of straps, this is where I think I really want to talk about Strap Habit. Now I'm not sponsored by them, but I just love giving products that make your watch collecting journey a little bit better. And if you own a Timex Q, you kind of know the struggle of finding a strap that actually fits the 18mm that flares out to 22, which is also the same in many Casios. This quirky lug struggle makes it hard to find brands that really understand this, but Strap Habit with their TQ18 series really hits it right on the head. All of these straps are custom made for Timex Qs and for Casios. They slide in perfectly and look excellent. They have not only bracelets, rubber straps, and all kind of different variations. And that's why actually both of my watches today are actually on the Strap Habit straps. They're really just game changers. And again, no one's paying me to say this. I just love the product. And if you enjoy seeing these little unsponsored spotlights of great gear, drop it in the comments down below and let me know. And if you're a brand wanting to support the channel and our vibes match, let me know as well. But let's get back to the review. So for S number 6, we're gonna talk about subdials. So while there's no subdials here, there are 2 different complications you're gonna get from this watch. Not only are you gonna get the GMT hand, you're also gonna get the date window. Also, it comes with a rotating 24-hour bezel, which is functional, clean, and well proportioned. No clutter, no confusion, and giving you a little bit extra more than just the time. For S number 7, let's talk about the shine. You're not buying this watch for bling, but it's really just going to be a mix of brushed and polished surfaces, and it's really going to be tastefully done. The domed acrylic crystal gives it some serious charm under sunlight, and the case back is engraved with that classic battery hatch design. And for lume, it's modest. It's enough for low light, it's not a torch, it gets the job done, nothing to write home about, but it's there. Now for number 8, let's talk real. Let's talk about some of the shortcomings with this watch. 50 meters of water resistance, it's fine for the rain, but it's not something you're going to want to swim with. The acrylic crystal is going to scratch very easily, though it can be polished out. That's kind of the give or take with it all. And yes, the bezel is friction-based. It's not clicky, which means it might bug some of those dive watch enthusiasts, and it's not going to lock into place the same way, but I haven't any issues with it kind of moving on me when I'm out and about. But at this price point, none of these are real deal breakers, just something that you should be aware of. Now, for number 9, let's talk about some of the sentiments. This watch makes me feel like time is on my terms. It's not pretentious, it's dependable, it's unique, and it's not trying to be anything that it isn't. You know, many watches are trying to be homages to other things, but this watch has its own distinct design and only goes back to the brand of Timex itself. And I think that's what makes it so cool and so special, is that it has its own unique flavor that makes it stand out. So with number 10, let's talk about the so what. The Q GMT matters because it brings an accessible adventure to your wrist. It's a gateway piece. It's for someone who's entering the hobby, for travelers who value style without sacrifice, or just for a collector who wants something in that sweet spot between nostalgia and functionality. And if you've ever looked at that Rolex GMT and thought maybe someday, maybe that day is today for you. So now it brings to the scale. Should you buy this watch? And here's how we rank the watches on the channel. We have a 1 through 7 scale, all of them keeping with that S mantra. And for this watch, I'm gonna give it a 5. And what a 5 is, it's gonna be a standout. It's a great value pick, it's gonna be a great look. And this watch, it's not perfect, but it's got heart, it's got style, and it has value in spades. And this is something I would definitely add to my collection if your budget supports it. If you found this review helpful, use the affiliate link down below. It's free for you and it really helps keep Wrist Unwound ticking. And like, comment, and subscribe if you want more reviews or other collector stories. And while you're here, you might enjoy one of these videos that YouTube has picked just for you. But for everything, there's a season, and for every watch, a story. Thanks for sharing this one with me. God bless, and see you next time. Peace.